Hello and welcome everyone. I hope you all are fit and fine. Students, in the previous class I explained you about the fourth element of directing function, which is communication. You have studied the meaning of it. Now in today's class we'll proceed to the next topic, which is communication process or elements of communication. Let us begin now. Students, see this diagram. Communication process, this is the diagram of communication process. By looking into diagram you will identify, or you will see that how communication is done. See, in communication process, okay, to carry out the communication there are various elements. Okay, so the first element is sender, second element is message, third element is encoding, fourth element is media, fifth is decoding, sixth is receiver, and seventh is feedback. Okay, so these are total 7 elements of communication process. Now noise is also an element, okay, which is involved in the communication process. We will study about all these elements in detail. Now students, first of all understand the meaning, then we will go back to the communication process. The first element is sender. Who is the sender, students? Sender, the communication process begins when the sender, okay, sender who conveys his thought or ideas. Okay, sender is the person who actually conveys his thoughts or idea to the other person. Okay, so the communication process begins when sender thinks of an idea or message to be conveyed to the other person, right? Now the next element is message. Message is what? Ideas, feelings, suggestions, orders, etc. Okay, message means what? Message can be anything. Message can be an idea also. Message can be any feeling. If you want to express your feelings, if you want to give some suggestions or some orders, so message can be of different type. Okay, now the third element is encoding. What is the meaning of encoding? See the explanation. Converting the message into communication symbols such as words, pictures, etc. Now students, encoding means what? Encoding means communicating or converting the message. Okay, means the message which the sender wants to send. Okay, that message is what? Converted into what? In the form of communication symbol. Okay, so that message is converted in the form of communication symbol. And what communication symbol? It can be, like as I told you, there are different means of communication, right? So the message can be converted in the form of diagrams, in the form of pictures, or in the form of graphs. That is the meaning of encoding. Okay, now coming to the next, that is media. What is media? Media means medium or the path through which the communication or the message is transferred from one person to another. Okay, so media means what? It is the path or channel through which encoded message is transmitted to receiver. Example, face to face, phone call, internet. Okay, so media means what, student? Media means the path or the channel through which encoded message is transmitted to the receiver. Okay, to transfer a message, okay, there are different ways and means. Okay, so one require a medium to transfer the message. Medium can be anything, either face to face call, or either phone call, or either through internet using mails, anything. Okay, so mediums are of different type. Now the next is decoding. Students, decoding means what? Decoding means converting encoded symbols of the sender. Means here we have seen that the messages are encoded means the normal messages. Okay, the messages are converted into word, pictures, etc. And after the message is received, okay, like before receiving it, the message is again converted into what? Converting the encoded message, which was actually coded. Actually it was here coded. Okay, so that message is encoded, okay, into symbols of the sender. Now the next is receiver. Receiver is the one who receives communication of the sender. Okay, so receiver is the person who actually receives the message which are sent by the sender. Next is feedback. Students, feedback is what? All those actions of receiver indicating that he has received and understood the message of the sender. Students, when when the feedback reaches back to the sender, okay, when the feedback reaches back to the sender, then only the communication process ends, which means the communication is completed. Okay, so feedback is very important. After receiving the message of the sender, it is necessary to give the feedback. Okay, that is the feedback. It shows that the message is understood by the receiver, and then the receiver is giving the feedback to the sender. Okay, now the next element is noise. Noise means what? Some obstruction or hindrance to communication, like poor telephone connection, inattentive receiver. Students, sometimes it happens that while you are in phone call, so there are many kind of distractions or obstructions, like your poor telephone connection, server will be down if you're connecting with the other person through email, or the noise outside. So many other obstructions or disturbances are there, which is actually the noise. So communications means what, student? Communication means transmission or exchange of ideas or views or messages from one person to the other person. Okay, so here the communication is done through a process, and the process involves various elements. Okay, so these are the elements which you need to understand the meaning. Okay, now see, the first is sender. Okay, the sender will send what? The message. The message will be encoded means whatever the message is there, the message is encoded. उसको कोडिंग कर दिया जाती है, उसको नॉर्मल मैसेज को कन्वर्ट करके उसको किसी पिक्चर फॉर्म में या किसी डायग्राम फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर दिया जाता है. आफ्टर एनकोडिंग इट, द मैसेज इज सेंड थ्रू डिफरेंट मीडिया. इट कैन बी एनी मीडिया. ओके, it can be through face to face call, it can be through mail, it can be through any media. Okay, now after media comes decoding means यहाँ पे क्या किया गया है, एनकोडिंग में नॉर्मल मैसेजेस को कोड लैंग्वेज में कन्वर्ट किया गया है. अब जो कोड लैंग्वेज में कन्वर्ट हो चुका है, उसको वापस से हम क्या करते हैं, नॉर्मल लैंग्वेज में यहाँ पे डिकोड करते हैं, सो दैट द मैसेज इज अंडरस्टूड. जो भी मैसेज है उसको understand kar paye. Okay, the receiver can understand that message. So the message which was encoded here is decoded here. Okay, so that the receiver decodes the message to understand the message. Okay, so that he can understand the message. Now after decoding, the receiver receives the message, and after he receives the message, the receiver gives the feedback to the sender. So this is the communication process, and these are the elements which are involved in the communication process. And the other element is noise. Noise is also an element, student, which results in disturbance or distraction or interruption in the flow of information. As I told you, the noise can be loud sound made by any vehicle, the disturbance in the telephone line, disconnection of line. Okay, anything. Okay, any kind of disturbances is the noise. Okay, now so this is the communication process, and these are the elements of communication process, and you have to follow these diagram to understand the process of communication. Okay, and this goes in proper sequence. So students, here we have studied about the meaning of communication and its process. Okay, now we will move to the next topic, which is forms of organizational communication. Now students, there are different forms of organizational communication. In organization, there are different types of communication done. Okay, so there are basically two forms of organizational communication. Okay, two types of communication which are done in the organization. The first is formal communication, and the second is informal communication. By the name itself, you can identify formal communication and the informal communication. We will study about this in much detail now. Students, see this flow chart. Organizational communication. Organizational communication means the communication which is done within the organization. Okay, that is organizational communication. Okay, so organizational communication is basically divided into two. What are they? First, formal communication. Second, informal communication. Now formal communication is further divided into three categories, which is vertical communication, horizontal communication, and diagonal communication. I'll explain you all these. Okay, And then the vertical communication is again divided into upward and downward communication. So this is about formal communication. Coming to the informal communication. Under informal communication there is free flow and no fixed direction, means there is free flow of communication, there is no fixed directions. We will study about all these in detail now. So students, starting with the first one, formal communication, just go through the meaning. It's very simple and it's very easy. Formal communication refers to official communication which takes place following the chain of command. Classification of formal communication are, as we have studied, there are different types of communication, right? Vertical communication, horizontal communication, and diagonal communication. We will study all this now. Students, formal as in, you very well understand, in a formal sense, okay? Formal communication is what? Communication is what? Transmission of ideas, okay? Exchanging of ideas. So exchanging of ideas in formal way, that is formal communication, okay? Exchanging of ideas or transmission of ideas or information in formal way, in official way, that is actually formal communication, okay, in general sense. Now formal communication refers to official communication in which only official matters are discussed. Students, formal communication is a type of communication in which only official matters are discussed, okay, and which takes place following the chain of command. Students, chain of command means generally in organization when we are talking about formal communication, okay, formal communication means all the discussions are done in formal way, no informal way, okay, only formal way is followed. So as you know that in organization there are different levels of management, okay, there are different levels of management, okay. So like in the second chapter you have studied about scalar chain, okay, scalar chain, it means that the information flows from, suppose from A, then the information will flow to B, then information will go to C, who is at the higher level. So the information will flow in a proper chain, in a proper sequence, okay, in a proper chain as per the hierarchy, as per the levels, okay. So here formal communication is the communication which involves official communication in which only official matters are discussed, okay, related to business, related to organization, only official matters are discussed, okay, and which takes place following the chain of command, means the informations flow through a proper chain, okay, it flows through a proper chain from lower to upper level or from upper to lower level, it flows through a proper chain, okay. So that is the meaning of formal communication. Now students, there are different types of formal communication: vertical, horizontal, and diagonal communication. See the explanation, you will understand it. Vertical communication flows vertically, okay. Students, vertically means what? This is the line, okay, this straight line, this is the vertical line, and this is the horizontal line. So vertical means here the communication flows in a straight line, either downward or upward, okay, in a vertical line. So the vertical communication has two category, which is downward communication and upward communication. Means vertical communication is done in two way, downward and upward, okay. As I told you, in an organization there are different levels of management. There are three levels of management: the top level, the middle level, and the lower level. So downward communication is what? Downward means from top level to the middle level and then to the lower level. Upward communication means from lower level to middle level and then to the top level. This is what downward and upward communication means, okay. And the information will flow in proper sequence, in a chain, okay. So read the explanation here. Downward communication is what? Higher to lower. As I told you, downward means the top level, the middle level, and the lower level. So downward communication means what? The information is flowing from top level, from the higher level to the lower level, like plans, policies, rules. Means the top level is the level, okay, which which consist of various managers, board of directors, president of the organization. The top level management are the one who actually makes the plans for the organization, who makes the policies for the organization, and who makes the rules for the organizations, right? So downward communication means whatever the plans, policies and rules are made by the higher level, those things are communicated to the middle level and then to the lower level. Okay, now the next is upward communication. Upward communication means from lower level, see, subordinate to superior. This is not to, this is TO2. Okay, so subordinate to superior means going upward, means going from lower level to the higher level. Okay, it means that upward communication means what, we are talking about the lower level. Okay, means from lower level the information is going to the higher level. So generally your lower level consists of the laborers, workers. Okay, so they will give their suggestions to the upper level managers. They will give they will say their grievances, what the problem they are facing, okay, to the upper level manager. They will give the work reports or activity reports to the upper level manager. So this is what downward and upward communication means. Okay, so downward communication is higher to low, okay, from top to bottom, and upward communication means from lower to top. Okay, this is not TOO, this is TO2. Okay, now moving to the next, that is horizontal communication, or it is also known as lateral communication. Now students, horizontal, as I told you, horizontal, this line, okay, this line, read the explanation. A flow of information between persons holding positions at the same level of the organization. Okay, it means that flow of information means information is flowed or information is exchanged, or there is transmission of information between whom, between the persons holding positions at the same level, who are working at the same level of the organization. Okay, for example, production manager, marketing manager, production manager may contact marketing manager about product design, quality, etc. Students, I told you that in organization there are 3 levels. Okay, the top level, then comes the middle level, and then comes the lower level. So in middle level there are, who are there in the middle level? Generally in middle level there are departmental managers. Departmental managers mean who? Different departmental managers, like your marketing department will have marketing manager, financial department will have financial manager. So there are different departmental managers. So the communication which is done among, or the communication between these departmental managers are at same position. Okay, they are at the same position, they are in middle level, they are at same position. So whatever the communication is done between these departmental managers, like your marketing manager, your sales manager, your production manager, so these type of communication is known as horizontal communication. Okay, as you have seen the example. Now moving to the next, which is diagonal communication. Diagonal means this way, diagonal communication. Okay, diagonal communication. So diagonal communication says what, students? See the explanation. A flow of information between persons working in different departments and holding different levels of authority. This is very important. Diagonal communication means person working in different department holding different levels. There is one difference between horizontal and diagonal communication, students. In horizontal communication, as we know, there are 3 levels. Okay, the top level, the middle level, and the lower level. So in horizontal communication, the communication is done between all the departmental managers. Okay, departmental manager like your marketing manager, okay, your sales manager, who are in the same level. They all are in middle level. But diagonal communication is the communication, okay, flow of information between the person working in different department means, like they can be from marketing department, they can be from sales department, they can be from production department. Okay, they are working from different department and holding different levels of authority, means they are in different levels. Some are in higher level and some are in lower level, some are in middle level. So there is no fixed level. Okay, so they belong to different level, they have different powers. Some of them have more power, some have less power. For example, see, example, the salesman may request the production manager, means salesman, we are talking about salesman. Salesman belongs to which level, students? Salesman is generally your worker, okay, so he belongs to the lower level. So salesman may request the production manager, means the salesman who is at the lower level can communicate to the production manager. Production manager belongs to the middle level. So here the lower level salesman can communicate to the middle level production manager to modify the product design according to the requirement of the customer. Okay, so here the salesman is requesting the production manager to modify or to change the product design according to the needs of the customer, okay, according to the demands of the customer or requirement of the customer. So here there is communication between different levels of person having different levels of authority, okay, and they belong to different department, okay. Here the manager belong to production department and another is sales department, and the salesman belongs to lower level and production manager belongs to middle level. So the communication is diagonal, means anybody can communicate to anyone, okay, anybody can communicate to anyone. They should not there is no need to follow any chain, okay, there is no horizontal communication, there is diagonal communication, means they are free to communicate with, means one department is free to communicate with other department, or one level, like the workers who are working at one level can communicate to the others who are working at different levels. So this is what diagonal communication is all about, okay. So students, here we have completed the first form of organizational communication, which is formal communication, okay. Under formal communication we have studied vertical, horizontal and diagonal communication, and in the vertical communication also we have studied about upward and downward communication. Now next we will move to the second form of organizational communication, which is informal communication. Students, the informal communication we will study in the next class, okay. So that's it for today. We'll continue with the further topics in our next class. Till then, thank you.